communities where women played a prominent role. And they also suggest that male leadership within the church was not a foregone conclusion. The debate was very much alive. Through the Gospels of Mary, Philip, and Thomas, I've glimpsed battles between long-forgotten groups of Christians, sects who were divided over the right way to immortality, and who fought about the position women should hold. Their Gospels reveal ideas and doctrines far removed from those we understand as Christian today. But there's one issue in particular which dominates a great number of the lost Gospels. It's not about the hierarchy of the church or the path to salvation. It's about the very nature of Christ himself.
الله أكبر تكبير. ولكن بيتكلم على طبيعة يسوع. معظم هذه الأناجيل المفقودة بتتكلم على طبيعة مختلفة. يعني ايه الطبيعة؟ يعني هل هو إنسان؟ هل هو إله؟ هل هو إله وإنسان في نفس الوقت؟ هنسمع. جدريني فردتشاق. فارسل السيد بل. استعدوا للصعاقة اربطوا الأحزمة.
Today, Christian beliefs about Jesus are clear. He was simultaneously human and divine. It's a revolutionary idea, but we can easily forget that it's one which only emerged after 3 centuries of bitter debate.
الله أكبر تكبير. القس البريطاني يقول هذه أفكار ثورية جديدة لم تظهر، هذه اللي هي ألوهية يسوع لم تظهر إلا بعد القرن الثالث. بعد القرن الثالث إن يسوع له طبيعتين، طبيعة إنسانية وطبيعة لاهوتية. اللي يقول الكلام ده قس بريطاني، قس بريطاني. موضوع لاهوت المسيح وإن يسوع هو إله وإنسان في نفس الوقت. هذا الجدال، هذا اللي كان دائر بين النصارى كان بعد القرن الثالث. أنا قلت استعدوا للصاعقة.
The issue was, how could Jesus be both God and man?
كيف يكون يسوع إله وإنسان في ذلك الوقت؟ يا وثنيين، هذا ليس كلام يسوع وشاهد شاهد من أهلها. كيف يكون يسوع إله وإنسان في نفس الوقت؟
And there's one lost gospel in which the extremes of this conflict are very clearly revealed. It's a work which shockingly suggests that Jesus was never human at all, and it's attributed to his closest disciple, Mary Magdalene's arch-rival. I'm talking, of course, about this man, St. Peter. In Christian tradition, he's Jesus' chief apostle, his right-hand man, and the rock on which his church was built. Quite literally, if you believe the tradition, that the bones found under here are of the great man himself. He was the humble fisherman that became the keeper of the keys to heaven. What better witness could there be to what really happened during the life of Jesus? We have a couple of letters claiming to be from Peter in the New Testament.
بالك واحد ما بيقولش كلام بطرس. يقول يقولون ان هي كلام بطرس. اللي يقول كده القسيس. ليه؟ لانه هو مش في كنيسة حاشا المصرية.
But surely, if there was a gospel of Peter, it would have been important enough to make it into the Bible. Well, there is, and it didn't. So, what's the story? Scholars had always known about a Gospel of Peter because of tantalizing references to it in other Christian texts from as early as the 2nd and 3rd centuries. But their reaction to it is rather surprising. The church historian Eusebius wrote about the Gospel in 300 AD, but rather than singing its praises, he included it in a list of heretical forgeries. So what was it about the gospel of Jesus' most trusted disciple, Peter, that was so dangerous?
لماذا كان هذا الإنجيل بالذات خطر على الكنيسة؟ مصيبة. ده طبعا كلام أول مرة نسمعه. طبعا احنا سمعنا على رؤية بطرس، ورؤية بطرس يؤكد إن المطلوب الشبيه. فاكرين يا شباب اللي فاكر يكتب واحد. الآن إنجيل بطرس مش رؤية بطرس.
Well, for centuries, scholars didn't know. No manuscript of it survived, so its contents remained a mystery until a chance discovery. The year is 1886, and a team from the French archaeological mission are excavating the grave of a monk in the mysterious town of Akhmim on the east bank of the Upper Nile. The archaeologists then uncover a codex parchment buried with the monk, and after translating it, they quickly realize the magnitude of their discovery. A portion of the Gospel according to Peter had been restored to the Christian community after having been lost for centuries. Just think of it, a Gospel written by the man who knew Jesus best of all.
تخيل إنجيل مكتوب من شخص من أقرب الناس إلى يسوع، أكثر واحد يثق فيه، يد اليمنى، رئيس التلاميذ.
This has to be big news. But its contents revealed something that would have rocked the early church. Whereas in the New Testament Gospels, Jesus dies, in the Gospel of Peter, he doesn't.
الله أكبر تكبير. ولكن في إنجيل بطرس لم يموت، لم يصلب يسوع، عشان كده رفضته الكنيسة. رفض إنجيل أقرب واحد إلى المسيح، أقرب شخص إليه، رئيس التلاميذ، اليد اليمنى. ليه؟ لأن في الإنجيل لم يموت، لم يصلب على الصليب.
The image of Jesus suffering and dying is one of the most widespread and powerful in the Christian church. And it's remembered very literally by pilgrims at Easter. Every year, thousands of Christians come to Jerusalem for the Good Friday procession. They pack the route that Jesus is supposed to have taken, carrying the cross to his death.
يقول عليها Good Friday. لما الإله أخذ الصليب وقالوا وحدوه باسم الآب والابن والروح القدس، الإله مات. الدوام لله، والإله مات والرب مات، وحدوه. جايين الرب رايحين يدفنوا الرب الله يرحمه. شفتني ولا مالي؟
The idea